Men's lacrosse is a contact sport, which is why all athletes on the field are required to wear protective equipment.
The first piece of equipment that we're going to talk about is the helmet. So field helmets differ from goalie helmets, so it must be specific for the field lacrosse player, and it must have a visible seal indicating that it meets the National Operating Committee on Standards for Athletic Equipment somewhere on the helmet. The helmet itself will be equipped with a face mask, a chin pad, and a cupped 4-point chin strap that attaches to all 4 hookups on each side of the helmet. The helmet helps protect against concussions, facial injuries, and facial fractures. To size for a helmet, you just want to take the circumference of the athlete's head. So you'll be about an inch above the eyebrow, and you'll go around the whole head with a tape measure. And then based on the sizing chart that comes with the equipment, you'll pick the relative helmet that goes with the measurement that you took. Now we're going to talk about face masks. Some requirements for the face mask are that it has to have a center bar from the top to the bottom, and that if there is a plastic face shield, it must be clear unless a medical documented reason is given.
Along with the goalie helmet, they also are required to wear a throat guard. This is a separate piece of equipment that can often be screwed or clipped in, and it will hang below, protecting the neck, throat, and airway.
Now we're going to talk about mouth guards. Mouth guards are required for field players, and they should be fit to the mouth so that the player should be able to talk, and that all the upper jaw teeth should be covered, and there should be no discomfort. And if the mouth guard is too large, you can cut it to fit the athlete's mouth, and the color must be visible from the field.
Next thing we're going to talk about are shoulder pads. So the shoulder pads must cover the top of the shoulders, the collarbone, and the sternum. The shoulder caps must rest on top of the shoulders, and the collar should lie flat over the collarbones. This helps protect against strain or sprain to the SC joints, any chest or contusions to the shoulder or chest blows. And then sizing should fit comfortably and adjusted by loosening the straps around the side here. If it's too tight, it's going to restrict the player's movement. If it's too loose, then it can move during play and expose the player to injury. So for sizing, honestly, like you just try on each one, and each manufacturer has a different sizing for their equipment.
Goalies have to wear chest protectors. They must cover the torso, so from the neckline to the navel. It should fit snug, that the collarbone of the chest protector is lying flat onto the collarbone. The straps of the chest protector are going to be secured in the front of the pad, and if the chest protector is too tight, it could restrict players' movement, and if it's too loose, then it will expose the player to injury.
Next we're going to talk about are the elbow and arm pads. So they should properly and completely cover the entire elbow, tight enough so that the arm pads aren't sliding down during play, but also loose enough that the player can still move and not cause discomfort or limit mobility. And then you secure the straps comfortably to the top. And then next we're going to talk about gloves. So they must be fully inserted into the glove, and that includes the thumb. And then the cuff on top of the glove should cover 2 to 3 inches above the wrist. If it's too short, the cuff won't protect the wrist from blows, and if it's too long, then the cuff will limit mobility of moving the hand. And then sizing works the same for this. Each manufacturer is different, so you just have to try on which size fits you best.
As for goalie gloves, they're very similar to field gloves. The only difference is that it has extra protection over the thumb for any balls to the hand.
And this concludes our presentation on men's lacrosse protective equipment.